Hello everyone, welcome back. I just want to remind you that this is the monthly watercolor subscription and you can get that through jaxwatercolor.com. That is where we send out a new palette every single month with a theme. This one was the Majestic Mountain Challenge, and once you get it painted, go to the Facebook group page and post your paintings so we can see them. It doesn't matter how many times you paint, I want to see them all. So the more the merrier, and you might win a free gift of watercolor. So it would be fun. So in the previous video, that is linked up below just in case you get lost. It's on the playlist for the challenges. We did these 3 paintings and talked about different techniques, from using a palette knife to going back in after something is dry, after laying it more heavy, or starting a little light and building up more layers. There were 3 different ways that we did it, so be sure to go and check out that video if you haven't. This is the Glacier Green Schmincke set that comes with the watercolor subscription this month for January, and it also came with a dot card of handmade watercolor that I made myself. Now this is handmade honey watercolor, so as you can see, I do let these dry as long as possible, but they are made to order, so sometimes you'll get some of them that will be a little more sticky than others. It's just honey, so that's why I give you these plastic sleeves. So just either put it in the freezer if you're really in a hot area, or just kind of like loosen it from the sleeve and you should be all set. These are the colors that are in the handmade watercolor portion of this, and I'm going to be painting using some of the extra watercolor paper that comes in the kit, and the watercolor brush that also comes in the kit if you just signed up. And there's lots of different sizes and stuff that come in there, but I'm going to be doing a really modern looking piece. So I think probably we'll just do some white cotton, or the toned paper would be great too. It's just a larger surface. So I don't know. When I start doing it and taking a whack at it, let's see what happens. These are really beautiful colors in this, and to activate them, so simple. You just put a little drop of water on each, and this should do these, even the dot cards, it should do a lot of paintings. Coming up in February, I actually have a really great lesson for you guys that I was talking about in the other video, and that is the cherry blossom palette. So I'm actually designing the whole palette here with handmade watercolors, so you won't get it anywhere else other than in the subscription, and you're going to get cards talking about values, talking about how to draw these lovely cherry blossom flowers, as well as a video from me on doing this amazing tree, and just lots of other really cool projects on the cherry blossom. I think that's going to be really fun. There's also a free gift in there that is a surprise Happy New Year gift to my subscribers who have been so supportive and hung out. The new subscribers will get a brush, a tin. I think actually everybody is going to get the tin again for the honey watercolor, because I want to put it in the little sample pans, and that's probably the best way to transport. So you're going to get these really adorable tins that I picked out for them. And there's lots of things, really little fun cherry blossom surprises in this one. I think you're going to go crazy when you see it. It's really exciting. Anyway, this is honey made watercolor. This is my Mystic set. This one comes with several really beautiful colors if you would like to see them. Here we have Mystic Forest, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous green with a little bit of in the mass tone, it's got almost like a black green. And then, oops, I had some green on my thing. They mix well, by the way. So you can see if you mix the Mystic Violet with the Mystic Green, you get this beautiful teal. So this is the Mystic Violet, which is a beautiful, beautiful violet. Mystic Shadow, which is more of a blue shadow violet. Love that color. So pretty. It actually is more violet than I'm seeing on this video. I don't know. The colors kind of are funny on film. Mystic Cerulean, which is a version of PG50, and Mystic Amethyst, which I thought was such a fun color. I love the Mystic Amethyst. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is the Mystic Amethyst, And as you can see, they are heavily granulating colors, and they also split. So keeping it in the mass tone obviously is not to your best advantage, because you miss all of the beauty of and the magic of a watercolor that has granulation. You definitely want to play with the granulation and the color splits, because even in the amethyst, it's got more of like a blue as well as the beautiful plummy colors, you know. The Mystic Violet, again, it has almost like a potter's pink with the violet. The Mystic Shadows has some really bright cobalt teal in there, as well as a dark Prussian blue. That's really fun, right? Such a fun color. The Mystic Cerulean has the PG50, which is that really bright, bold cobalt teal that you saw in the Glacier turquoise, as well as more of a mid-range blue that is really pretty for skies and all kinds of things. And then we have our Mystic Forest, which is a bright, vivid, bold gem green, but that also has more of a black or mass on the mass tone. Okay, so let's do something kind of fun and modern. You can do anything you want to in this challenge. You can do it on the cards. You don't have to just use all the cards for the Glacier. You can take half your cards, or you can even duplicate these cards. These are just drawings that I have done for you, and feel free to use them any way you would like. So on this challenge, I'm going to take my brush, maybe even a flat brush, to show you how to use a flat brush. And we're going to first just kind of like give ourselves maybe like an outline. So I think I'll start with the Mystic Cerulean. I'm just going to put it on my mat here and add a little water and just kind of get a line just like that, because I want to just establish some kind of line. And maybe I'll take some Mystic Shadows and we'll just go ahead and let that get to work a little bit, so that I have more of a dark shadow. These colors are meant to work together, so enjoy. And I like a flat brush for this, or a spatula. You can use a spatula just because it gives me that, or you can use a credit card or a stick. I mean, anything straight and flat, you know, works out. Okay, so that's just my grounding line for my Glacier. Then moving up, I think I'll work from bottom up. I'm going to start just taking some of these tones, like the Mystic Violet, and add a little water to it. And I'm going to start here and try not to touch this bottom, but if you do touch, it's not a big deal. I'm going to leave some white, and I'm just going to move up and make my first strike on the side of my Glacier. You can charge it with a little more of the color if you want. You can even add color if you want. But on this side, I'm actually going to build my Glacier with little white areas in between, and just start utilizing the watercolor itself to do the work for me. Here we go. Let me just bring it in a little closer. So then I'm going to grab different colors as I move to the upper portions and other sides of my Glacier. And I'm going to just do it like this. Isn't that great? Taking Mystic Violet. So on this side of my Glacier, I'm actually going to stick with the Mystic Shadows and the Mystic Violet. Just like that. Building it up. And then on the front side of my Glacier, I'm going to take more of the cerulean. Moving that up like there. And mix it with my amethyst as we come here, just because I feel like if I were standing in this bright area of a Glacier, and that's what I was thinking when I was designing this set, the Mystic, I was kind of thinking of ice and being out in the snow and how bright it is when you're out in the snow. So I'm just kind of taking my brush. You notice how I'm leaving the white because I think it's really effective in telling the story. And just kind of creating these neat, elegant shapes. Nothing too complicated, right? And then maybe getting a little heavier as I'm on this side. But I'm not, there's no rhyme or reason to this. This is just me imagining these shapes and kind of working up towards it. Let's grab some more of this amethyst. And I'm not really rinsing out my brush. I'm just adding water because these all work so well together. Isn't this a beautiful set? I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to release this set, just kind of moving forward, because it is such a pretty set of granulating colors. Beautiful, right? And then we can just add a little bit. Just keeping it really light over here now. And if I use the washes at the top, I mean, I'm thinking kind of in terms of like the light is really, really bright up here and it's much, much darker down below, right? So you wouldn't want these areas to be too bright. So just a little charge of color. As we top out our glacier. And then as we come here, down this side, and you can make it any shape you want to. You can do anything you want. I'm actually just going to kind of give it a little texture here. Isn't this a fun one? I like this one. And I'm letting the watercolor be the different surfaces. I mean, it can't get any easier than that, right? Isn't that beautiful? And if you want more texture, you can actually go back in and just kind of charge in some more colors and even get style lines in there, you know? So on this side, let's go ahead and do a neat surface there and take some Mystic Violet. Let's get in some color. And I'm keeping just a little bit of the white. It's because it just really does make it kind of look more snowy, you know? And then this is the bottom. So as we go into the bottom of the glacier where the glacier meets the lower part, I'm just kind of going to charge in more of that beautiful color. And then again, just give it another little layer of blue. This is the Mystic Shadow. I don't want anything too messy down at the bottom. And as we move out, I'll go into maybe a lighter blue. There we go. So it's really pretty, right? And then again, like if this surface feels like this one maybe is facing the wrong way and you want to give it a little more of the shadow side, then just take a little more of the color off of your dot card and build in some of that, the glacier structure. I mean, you can imagine it any way you want to. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, you know, and thinking about the different surfaces, the different levels. Like maybe this one is going to have a little more hard edge here. to make this one look lighter. And even this can be a little darker down here. And then I can just add some water to pull it across. There we go. It's pretty much just done its thing. Now this one down here, I feel like it's kind of lonely. It just doesn't look as much like it's tied into this glacier because it's in like a darker area, right? Because if the light's on the top. So I'm just going to kind of charge it up with a little bit of color, keeping a shape. There we go. And maybe just kind of put it in there so that we don't have too much white space. And then I'm leaving the one behind. And this one here, I think it doesn't need to be this bright. I think this one also could just be a little darker. There we go. Lovely. Now, in this one, I didn't even use the green because I just kind of felt like I wanted this monochromatic look. Now, what are we going to do in the top? I think I'm just going to give it some water. And I'm going to take my beautiful cerulean and a little bit of the majestic shadow. And just create something just kind of magical like that. And then blend some of the water down. And that's it. It's good for me. I am so happy with that. I love that. I think it's really modern. It's really pretty. And when it dries too, you can take a palette knife actually, and you can even go in and create more of a foreground. But I really like it this way. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this month's watercolor challenge. Certainly go and do multiple times, you know, do as many paintings as you want to or you feel like in this, and just have a really good time with it and play. Don't be afraid of it. Just do everything you can to just paint for a whole month on this challenge and use up all the paint. I hope you guys are having a great day. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year, and I will catch you on the flip side for the next one.